All right.
Baseball, Jimmy misses 3 games, comes back, plays 37 minutes, gets a triple-double. How much did he kind of settle you guys, especially there in the second quarter when things weren't going well for you?
Yeah, we obviously we were not defending in the first quarter, the way we were capable of, and that's not taking anything away from them. They came out sharp and they scrambled us and knocked down a bunch of threes at the beginning. That kind of sped us up offensively. And so we weren't getting to coherent triggers or actions. And then in the second quarter, we just simplified it. The ball was just hitting Jimmy's mitts, and then we were playing off of him. And a lot of them were just either at the elbow or in the post or on a dribble out. And it just kind of settled us. That's what great players do. And then we defended better, much better in the second quarter, and then obviously in the second half.
Couple of questions on a couple of guys. You always talk about ignitable players, and eventually they ignite. So when Tyler started the way he started, did you figure it was only a matter of time till he was going to warm up and then throw one in from half court?
Yeah, we were just really off in that first quarter. Like I said, because we weren't defending, everything just kind of sped up. The ball was not going where it needed it to go, and so everybody was out of rhythm. Tyler, I think, just let the game come to him a little bit more. Guys were finding him. He got a couple easy ones, and then just got into a great flow from there. We didn't have much of that, in that first quarter. But he's ignitable. We have a lot of guys that are ignitable, and then UD gives you that emotional ignitability, and that's tangible. But you can't put an analytic to it. But he gave us a great emotional spark, made some plays. Of course, he's going to take a hit, but the block and then, running the floor, all of that, you could just feel it lift up, our team, which was great to see. I've seen that so many times, that emotional lift, but that's an ignitability as well.
How much was that challenge emotional on your part that it's UD, so you use your...
Yeah, all the above. Like, probably with UD, I don't like burning those, early in the game. That was in the second half. But, if he takes a hit like that in the first half, just out of respect, even if I lose one, I'm probably going to do it. I have that much respect for him. But I also saw it, he was there early, put himself in front. He took it right on the numbers. I don't think the players would have let me in the locker room if I didn't challenge that one.
Erik, last year you didn't use Udonis until the very end in those famous couple of minutes. What's been the difference this year? Is there anything about him? I mean, is he in better shape? Is it just rotationally? Was there a decision made that he was going to play more this year, perhaps? Or
that's one of the things that we looked at. Last year during the summer, I mean, we spent a lot of time. It felt like we had a super long off season, but in those situational minutes, out of reflection, it was like, I don't trust anybody more than UD. Why not? Like in the first half, that's what that was just a situational, less than 2 minutes. Well, you can trust him. You can trust him to execute offense, to do his job defensively, and he's just going to kind of settle everything. And then the second thing is, this year this team is a little bit more of a veteran team, and I think it just fits, for those kind of spot minutes. He's right in his element. Those guys, they all speak the same language, and again, when you look at it, the emotional lift that he can bring, this group is pretty evident.
This is one of those things that's kind of hard to prove on paper, but does it feel at all to you like Jimmy is more ruthless this year as far as hunting mismatches and chasing those switches? And if either way, how much does your direction from the sideline have to do with him going after those matchups?
I think there are a lot of different factors there. He's just in great shape, and he's really, prepared this season like none of us were able to really prepare last year with the quick turnaround. He really had some time to rest, recover, and then, really put in the time, which he did. And then adding Kyle, which a lot of these, pitches were just happening right from the first day of training camp. And then so we just tried to 10x that, as much as possible. And then, we're just, trying to get to our strengths as much as possible. And he can get it early in the clock, or, if there's a switchable matchup, then he's just, really, really smart of being able to manipulate the defense when he gets that kind of matchup and he can get to where he wants to go. Because it's not just about scoring. He can draw fouls, but he'll make the right play. Even if he just hit 2 buckets, if there's somebody open, he'll make you pay for that.
Hey, Spo. So PJ Tucker obviously is somebody who's already known for the defensive pedigree, what he brings as an offensive and defensive rebounder. You guys have been getting this offensive production from him. Obviously, he gives you 13 points tonight on 6 of 7. That's not something he's usually known for, but he's been really hitting on those floaters. He works on them pregame.
Yeah.
How do you feel? I know you love PJ, but how do you feel about just that aspect of what he's bringing on the floor?
I love just getting to know him and being open, to where his game and how he can impact this team, where that can grow. We talk so much about his offensive versatility, but his IQ, his mind, and his experience for the game offensively also is, superior. He just does a lot of little things, intangible things. We have an unselfish group, so he's arguably our best screener, one of the best in this game. And our guys are feeding him, rewarding him for those screens. And he has a lot of versatility. He's a really underrated passer, playmaker, finisher when he gets into those spaces. And, I've said a lot, obviously, about his screening ability, but I'm really enjoying he's teaching us a lot about screening, particularly off-ball screening. He's really unique, really creative, and really smart.
All right, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you.